Alright, run the rhythm. Yeah. Alright. This is a very delicate subject. The music is loud. The one-man band. This is how you must be as targeted individuals. You're the one-man band. Now, this is for those situations that everybody's been really asking. How do you deal with family and culture that succumbs to the programming? Now, this is systematic programming, and if you have individuals who are part of that programming, they outsource their services. Basically, they're just like a new set of witches or a new set of sorcerers. Now, anyone who wants to compete with you, they outsource their services to them. Maybe they're short of money, I don't know, but the system is for sale. Right? So they're outsourcing their services to normal citizens in society. One citizen can ask the government to go and approach your culture and compromise you at the cultural level. They can ask them to compromise you at the family level. What do you do when your family and culture has been compromised by programming, for them to become your perpetrators, to start gang stalking you? Remember how I told you that we must fight. You must use your weapon. When you're fighting other members of society, this is not your weapon. This is not your weapon. This is your weapon. So if your family succumbs to programming for one reason or another, they see targeting you as something valid. You could have a family member who's trying to get from A to B, trying to become something big, and then the secret organizations that are the entry point for these programs, they ask him to sacrifice you to get from A to B. Then you find yourself being a victim to that family member. You don't have to know the specifications. You could have a cultural leader, a cultural elder who's been asked to compromise you. That's when you start having problems which are cultural or family related. What do you do when they succumb to the programming? You treat them just like anybody else. This is why knowing the Almighty helps you. You treat them just like everybody else. In your mind, you fight them the same way in your mind. Anybody who attacks you, whether they're culture, family, strangers, you must defend your mind. One man band. You see? So when a member of your family starts, I can only talk about this from being person B, the ones who can't see into others' minds, but their minds can be seen into. If you're the other type who can see into other people's minds, then I suppose your approach will have to be different. My approach is designed for those who cannot see into people's minds but have realized that their minds are being seen into. Those are the ones I'm here to help, because that's the type I am. I don't know how to be the other type, so I don't know what type of help you need. You're gonna need someone else, because I'm type B. So you're being targeted. You can sense a family member. You can sense a voice telling you, oh, don't do your exercises every morning. Knowing that you can catch obesity and diabetes if you don't do that. So, but then you sense that voice in your head, and you sense that it's a family member. You attack them same way. You start saying them, okay, I'm going to do my exercises and there's nothing you can do about it. You start talking to them like you would do any other stranger. At the moment, during that moment when they've turned against you, they're no longer family or friend. That's a stranger that you must defend your mind against. So you start telling them, look, I'm doing this, you can't stop me, this is what's happening. But remember, the conversations you have in your head, they can never come out and admit that those conversations took place. When you have family and friends that start turning on you, little things like that, you start looking for a job and then they start telling you, oh, you're not gonna find anything. You start looking for a woman and they start telling you, oh, you're not gonna find anything. You start looking for a house and they tell you not. So if they start being negative towards what you want to do in your life, even for a joke, much a true word is spoken in jest. Yeah, that was written long time before. Run the track, one man band, DMBPF. Yeah. So any member of the family or culture that starts to impede you, that starts to come into your mind and be negative towards you, you detach yourself from them emotionally and physically and intellectually. Just don't be in their life. Yeah, withdraw slowly so that they don't suspect that this is happening. Then don't be in their life. Don't care about what's going on in their life. Don't contact them. Try not to hear from them. They ring you, yeah, you say hello, you be polite, you say hello, and then make an excuse to leave the phone call. Don't get into knowing what they're doing. Yeah, if you see family members going for important positions in their life or important events in their life, these are the times when Illuminati will approach them and say, look, I can let you have that, but you got to sacrifice one of your people, and that could be you. Yeah, so when you see your family members going to for important things in their life, be happy for them. Yeah, be supportive, but stay distant from them, because these secret organizations will offer them deals for you. Yeah, where the only way they're gonna get from A to B is by sacrificing other members of the family, and you could be next. So when you see them doing something important in their life, you stay well away from them. Yeah, emotionally, you must stay away from them emotionally to see when they're attacking you, and as soon as they start attacking you, you use your defensive weapons, the strong points you have in terms of fighting back. Yeah, you change the subject in your mind, you start visualizing something else, you concentrate on picking a card. All the strong points you have, you use that on them. That's what I mean. Yeah, now if he's gone and compromised someone who's important to you culturally, yeah, someone who can make cultural movements, can move your tribe or peoples as a body. Yeah, these are cultural significant characters. If he's approached them and asked them to do you detach yourself from your culture. Yeah, and you start looking at it as an independent, and you treat that person the same way. You look at what aspect of your culture they are moving. Yeah, and whenever that aspect is relevant in your mind at that time, yeah, you must talk to your ancestors, you must speak your piece, yeah, and you must fight back in your mind. Yeah, all indigenous cultures in the world came from Africa. They're all designed the same way. You all see them wearing loincloth, using drum and using wooden stick and spear. Yeah, that is ancient culture. Ancient culture, it's an ancient dress code. Yeah, the stone and the spear, those were the ancient weapons, and that's all around the world. You all think alike. Indigenously, you're all the same. Yeah, so if you get compromised somewhere in your cultural levels, yeah, you must fight that in your mind the same way. Yeah, that's how you deal with compromises that come from when the programming infiltrates your family and culture. You treat them just like anybody else, but never go after them. Yeah, just clear your mind. As long as they cleared out your mind, whatever they do outside, just be careful. Yeah, if they go and ask somebody to badmind you, that's outside your mind. As soon as they touch your mind, that's the only time you fight. But on the outside, just evade. But as soon as they touch your mind, that's the only time you fight. The only time you fight. And you fight with your weapon, with the weapon of your mind. Never fight anyone out there. As targeted individuals, we're nothing in this world, but we're almighty in our world. Our kingdom is not of this world. Our kingdom is of our minds. Yeah, your mind is where your kingdom is. This world belongs to whatever nonsense it is. It's God that created it, but the people who run it don't know that. So just let God's punishment be. Yeah, remember, when people die, there's no one who's innocent. They've all been seeing into our minds, yeah, and they've been violating us, and that's why they're dying off. No one's innocent. Yeah, protect your minds, but fight the right way. Don't attack family in public. Never let people know that you have problems with your family. You must deal with that. When it's outside, don't chase that. But when it comes into your mind, just stay in your mind all the time. Stay in your mind all the time. Only when your mind is being invaded, that's when you fight. Out here, you got nothing to fight for. You never came into this world with anything out here. You can lose out on anything. You got nothing to fight for. Yeah? Just concentrate on making sure your mind is secure. I'm out.